Hi, I'm Dr. Madhu Chopra, back again with Dr. Chopra Uncut, casual on the couch with some of the most dynamic ladies, enterprising ladies, wise ladies, and daring ladies. Miss Bhavna, Sumaya, thank you for being here on my little chitter chatter, casual on my couch.
I belong to this world because I'm here writing about show business for 40 years, but I don't belong here. Unlike other people, I had no burning desire to be a journalist. So I told my mother, he's asking, what is the problem? So my mother said, if you do a job like this, you will not interview anybody after 6 o'clock. You will not go for a film party. You will never travel outside Bombay. So I said, my mother has said 1, 2, and 3, exactly like Mahatma Gandhi's mother. And they said, okay. Now my mother became even more suspicious. She's saying, 500 रुपए भी दे रहे, हर शर्त भी मान रहे, गड़बड़ है. Rekha was so warm. She, when I went to meet her, she said, I was meeting her for the first time. And she said, I have to get ready. After that, when I'm completely ready, if the director doesn't call me, then I'll do your interview. So I picked up my bag and I was going out. And she said, it's very hot. Don't sit out. You sit in my room. Watching the diva get ready in all her Shringar Rasa. And to this decade, her behavior with me is the same. It's because the actors also needed somebody to share besides their family. The actors also needed friends, which they didn't have because they were working round the clock.
So, Bhavnaji, do you think all this happened in your life as a coincidence? Was it destiny? Did you grab an opportunity? How did you land into a place that you didn't want to be and still spin your life around and become a standalone monument of this industry for 40 years? No jokes.
I didn't want to be a journalist. I didn't want to be a working woman.
No.
Even though I come from a family of academics and everybody is a working person. We are 8 siblings. I'm the last one. And my parents were in Karachi. Then the partition happened. So they came here with 6 children. And after a decade, my older sister and I were born. So I think I was a very hyper kid and a very anxious adolescent and a difficult professional. But I think as time goes by and you relax, then you trust the universe. And I think now I trust the universe that whatever it offers me is for my good. I recognize the opportunity and I grab it. And because you spoke about destiny, I'll tell you one incident. I was at a party and there was a very learned man. He was a kind of a saint. And he said, wherever you go, you're always in a hurry to leave. So I said, yeah. So he said, why? So I said, because if I've gone for a particular situation, I have met the host, I've done my bit, and then I want to leave. So he said, you want to leave because you've done your bit. But there is somebody who is on that day from somewhere coming to meet you there because you're supposed to meet that person. And you are not giving that opportunity, allowing the universe to
Do what it's
collide.
planned for you.
So now when I go somewhere, I finish what I have to do and then I wait for a while and I say, so what is it that is coming for me or that I have to give to somebody? So I wait for a while, just a while, and then I go ahead with whatever I have to do.
That's such a lovely story and so many beliefs you have in this. Just because a learned person told you, it resonated with how you felt it from the inside, I think.
But Madhu, it's all about vibrations. You are the mother of a superstar. When I met you, proud mother.
Proud mother.
Proud mother, so sweet.
Yeah.
When I met you is the time all other journalists were meeting you. But for some reason, I didn't see you just as a star mother. Because you are a very important doctor. Your husband was a very important doctor. One knew about both of you before Priyanka came on the scene. So there was a different interaction, a different equation. And that was not changing according to what was happening to the daughter's career or life. And that was not the only agenda, because you came across so interestingly. So I think that's how you find... नहीं, हाँ बिल्कुल बिल्कुल. So that is how a foundation of trust is formed. Very early in my career, Shashi Kapoor told me, I think he had an influence on me. He said, you must base your relationship on a foundation of trust. Absolutely. And he also always said that, Bhavna, you get and understand the spirit of a conversation. कि एक इंटरव्यू चल रहा है और उसमें से कुछ और बात निकल आती है, तो हर चीज को उस इंटरव्यू से नहीं जोड़ा जाता. जो पटरी चल रही है वो इंटरव्यू है और वो दूसरी साइड बातें हैं.
वो सब चीज पब्लिक कंजम्पशन के लिए नहीं.
तो ये कोई समझाता नहीं है आपको. And maybe there are certain pressures while you are working for an editor, because he knows who are your friends. He knows what is happening in their lives. For example, I became friends with Shabana Azmi very early in my career. So if something was happening in her life, like she was getting married, then he'll say, you didn't know. Of course I knew. I didn't tell them.
Off the record.
Yeah, because none of these star friends have ever told me this is off record and this is on record. It is common sense.
Again, I'm amazed at your professional ethics, and hats off to you that you have maintained the dignity of your profession so beautifully, even in this sullied times. I call it sullied time because you don't know what is facts, what is fiction.
Yeah.
Today's journalism is
getting worse by the day.
Yeah. Today's journalism is something that I would not follow. I do not follow. I'm sorry to say that, but some people find all these things intriguing, interesting. But being in the eye of the storm, as you said, my daughter's been in here and I've seen the storm, been in the eye of the storm. I feel somebody should start a good school for journalists, where they start by teaching them professional ethics and what journalism actually stands for. Anybody can write anything. Anybody can see anything.
It's the social media also that has destroyed it. They make stories, then they put images of actors with tears in their eyes.
That's another level.
But journalism is dead. It was there during our time.
Red, white, yellow,
any red.
All journalism.
It's dead. It's a PR now. And it's everybody is a journalist. Everybody is a film critic. Everybody gives ratings to a film. So many times people ask me that you give 2 stars to a film and somebody else has given 5. It's because there is a 16-year-old who's a film critic. There is a 60-year-old who's a film critic. And our sensibilities are different.
Well, the wisdom, your experience.
Everything is different.
Yeah. You come old school, which is worthy of a lot of respect. Without any background in journalism, did you go to school and study?
Yes, I finished my graduation. Then
in journalism?
No, I finished my graduation with psychology. I did 10 papers. After that, I joined law.
Oh.
So I was doing law college at the government law college in the morning. And I was doing an evening course, journalism diploma. So I was working college in the morning, writing for papers in the afternoon time, and evening college I was doing journalism. And then when I finished this, my father said, it's time for you to make up your mind whether you want to be a journalist or a lawyer. And I think he was sorely disappointed when I said I wanted to be a writer. And he said, Soch lo, because writers don't make money. But that was in the olden days, you know. Today the journalists are paid well, particularly if you are an editor or any other media.
So do you think your dad pointed your nose in the right direction because you didn't want to be a film journalist?
I think I stepped into journalism and then I did law. And
Because film journalism. Did
no,
he
I
point your nose to it? You fell into that?
I just fell into it, but no film magazines ever came home. I had never read a film magazine before. I had never seen one because our taste in reading was defined by my older siblings who went to St. Xavier's College and then they were working. So they got whatever things for us to read as children, Enid Blyton, Charles Dickens, and later on Reader Digest,
Life magazine.
yeah, Life magazine, and also Illustrated Weekly.
Then
Then when we were encouraged to read books, it was Daphne du Maurier, Pearl S. Buck, you know, things like that.
classics. Good background you come from. Through all this activity, taking the train, going for interviews, did you ever feel that you were on the wrong side of the camera?
No, I never thought of myself as good looking because
Are you fishing?
no, because I come from a background where appearance is all about color.
That's so archaic.
So
पुरानी बात है.
नहीं, मगर उस समय था, अभी भी है शायद. And but I have interesting stories. So in the 70s, a lot of art cinema was made, and a lot of parallel cinema was made. So when I would be hopping into the train, somebody would come to me and say, "Will you do my film?" And I used to say, "What's wrong with this guy?" You know, but like that's because they are thinking of something else. Then I had gone with Sarika for her Gujarati release in Gujarat for the thing. So the producer, when I got back, he had taken my number and he called me and he said, "Do you know of anybody in your circle who wants to work in Gujarati films?" So I said no, and I disconnected the line. So my father asked me, what was he saying? So I said he was saying this. So my father said he was asking about you, but because you told him you're not interested. So it didn't click. You were so young and innocent. But the only one I regret is I was at a film festival party in Delhi, and Adur Gopalakrishnan, who is the king of Malayalam cinema, was standing across and staring for some time. And I was with another actress of parallel cinema, and his man came towards us and he said, "Sir, calling."
Ayyo.
So this girl said, "Oh, I'm getting so nervous. You come with me." And she was holding my hand and we went there. And Adur sir said, "Not you, her." So he started talking to me in Malayalam. So I said, "I don't understand." And he said, "Will you do a Malayalam film?" So I was offended. I said, "No, I'm a journalist." So, you know, those were days when you're a journalist, you do journalism. You are an actor, you do acting. I think Farhan Akhtar broke all the rules. He blurred everything. He was a singer, he was an actor, he was a writer, he was a director. And suddenly directors were becoming actors and everything. So recently they were making a film on Tarla Dalar. And the production house called me and they said they're looking for a cameo of a college professor who inspired Tarla Dalal to become what she did. And will you do it? So I was at a family holiday and the phone was on speaker and everybody did this. So I told them I'm doing it because I didn't do it Jawani mein. To ek maar lo, khatam kar lo. But it was not a good experience.
You have any regrets about missing it in your Jawani mein?
Not at all.
No?
I don't think I would have made it.
Do you ever dream about that? What if?
Not at all. Not even a thought.
Bhavna, you're being honest, I hope.
No, 100%. Because, you know, Asha Parekh had offered me a series also. And I said, "Mujhe acting nahi aati hai." She said, "Wo mera kaam hai. I'm the director. You just wear the costume and I'll do."
But
So Asha Parekh says, "You should have taken up that thing."
So you're in a happy space and you're doing what you
Yeah.
now come to love. And
No, this has longevity.
yeah, that's for sure.
And
There's no shelf life in this.
see, isn't it wonderful that I'm in a profession which I do everything that I like. I like to write, I like to watch films, and I like observing people. I am observing film stars all the time.
So, Bhavna, they say pen is very powerful. Did you ever feel that power that you could make or break, build or destroy?
It's a myth. No journalist can break or build a career of a star or a filmmaker. It is his work that defines him. And I'm a fool to live in that paradise if I do think that way. Never.
Then you're mightier than the sword. Go home.
No, nothing is like I can't destroy anybody and I can't make anybody. They make on their merit and I make on my merit.
Yeah, there is a lot of merit in what you're saying. But today, in this day and age of trolling and blasphemies and rubbish, many careers have gone down the drain because of some uncivilized journalist, so-called journalist, who has taken, who has a chip on the shoulder and is gone allowed to kill your career.
I don't know how they live with that on their conscience.
Yeah, what goes around comes around. He finished his career too. You know who I'm talking about, and this is not a kiss and tell. We're talking about you and your.
So, I learned Bharatanatyam as a child. And then my father said, either you're going to become a dancer, and if not, you concentrate on your studies. Because the emphasis at home was always on the academics. So I gave it up. I think I must have learned for 2-3 years or 4 years. So in 2017, when I was awarded with the Padma Shri.
Congratulations.
Thank you. It's too late. So I had not framed it. And then my friend said, don't be so superior, get your certificates framed. To where I had given it for framing and gone to collect it, he was not there and he said, just wait for me, I'm coming. He said, it'll take me half hour. So in the neighboring building, I heard a tattukuzi, that takatang taksam. So I said, मैं इधर उधर shop mall में time waste करूँगी. I just walked to that sound and the door was open. It was on the ground floor. And there was a Bharatanatyam dance teacher who was taking a senior citizen class. So she said, come. She thought I had come for that class. So I said, no, I'm just observing. So she looked at me and she said, but since you're waiting, why don't you do it? So I said, because I don't have the time. My profession is too demanding to take another passion. She said, do it today, then we'll see. Then I thought I was being very fussy. So I just did it. And it was easy for me. It was easy for me because I'd done it. When it was over, I did my namaskar and I was going out with the other women whom I didn't know. And she called me back. And she said that none of them have it. You have it. I will teach you private. You try for 3 months. If you feel you cannot do it, your time does not permit, we'll stop, but I want you to try. So I thought she was so earnest. I must give it a try. So I jumped into it. Again, embracing an opportunity. And within 3 months, she had an annual day. So she put me on the dance floor, alone, solo. 3 months. And within 4 months, she made me appear for my first year exam. Because she said that Nalanda people come to take the test. So, in the classroom, all the kids come in white shalwar kurta and a red dupatta. So I entered in my sari like that and I'm sitting. So one cheeky girl is telling me, you are a teacher. So I said, no. You are a mother. So I said, no. You are the supervisor. So I said, no. He said, I said, I'm a student. She's saying 7th year. I said, oh, first. And then my teacher kept putting me on the dance floors for Ganpati festival, for Durga festival. And all those kids would be having a ball, laughing and everything. Only I would be sitting taut in a corner, so tense about my performance. Then I felt that is, no, abhi na. So when I started learning after 60.
You amazed.
So I said that, I will get weak knees. She said, no, wear knee pads. She had a solution for everything. And today I have another teacher, second one. Then I keep in touch with the old teacher also, because what she has taught me, he cannot brush it up. So I go to the old teacher for the revision and I learn from the new teacher. Just because I like it, the movies watching and this show business people, this is a different world.
Completely. It's like paradise compared to where
And they're artists that is so much into their art. And when I used to watch all the students around my teacher initially and share with her a lot, I would say that I am going to be reserved. I will not get into that space. Mere se dur raho sab. This is the true self. But you realize that it's fun.
You're a dancer. Did you ever think about singing? You have a very sweet voice with a lot of modulation and, loach in your voice.
I sing in the bathroom. And every time I'm writing, when I finish an article, I start singing. The minute the article is done and I've done it, edited it, and I do save and I shut the computer, I sing. So I feel so good. I sing for
People learning?
No, not now. But today there are so many courses online. There is yoga, there is Gita class, there is singing.
Talasaziz takes classes online.
Yeah.
He's
very
You have a
good.
beautiful voice. You should.
Who takes?
Talataziz.
You do?
No, I don't have a voice.
Online he does.
He does offline and online both.
Okay. Tell me about yourself. Besides doing medical, doctor, advising, besides being a mother, a grandmother, besides making Marathi films and being the queen of the regional cinema, besides doing suddenly the shows.
If you're asking me a question or
No,
you're describing.
I want to know how you got into all this and how you make your time. What is a day in your life?
My personal funda is stay happy, be happy, keep happy. Not just for yourself. People around you, just keep happy people around you. These are positive motivation, positive, and you come out of your house with a zest and zeal कि आज तो कुछ करना ही है. You can't just be sitting and mulling over, hey, अब मेरी उम्र हो चली, अब क्या होगा? I don't sit back at all. Maybe my father one time said I had attention deficit because I do so many things together. So I'm a Visharad in Kathak. Yeah.
No wonder the daughter dances so well.
Genetics, huh? No, she also learned. And I can fly a plane. I've got a private pilot's license.
I'm painting.
Like it. Then I was singing till I had a messed up tonsillectomy and I lost my voice. So now I speak softly because I can't yell. I can't raise my voice. And then very happily married woman, very ambitious and non-compromising. I've lived my life with values. And I believe any relationship, which I tell everybody, stands on a tripod of love, respect, and trust. Build that and you have a friend for life. Build that, you have a partner for life. Build that and you have a life. As long as you don't hurt, harm, or humiliate anybody, speak your mind. Be honest to others, be true to yourself. These are little fundas that what goes around comes around. This too shall pass. I believe in all these little things. And I've taught my children the same. Don't, keep your head held high all the time. Don't grow sing if you're successful. And don't jump off the cliff if you're not. No, this too shall pass.
Yeah.
दिन के बाद रात आना है, रात के बाद दिन होगा ही होगा. This will all work. So maintain a very even keel. I have a good bunch of friends, very good relationship in the family. I am in a happy space and I hope I can keep people happy too. That's how I stay up. Well, I don't have a machine inside me that generates happiness. I take the juice out of you to be happy. I take the juice out of people who love me for my happiness.
That's an interesting insight, because I think that as you get older, you realize that my happiness comes from within me. Nobody can give me happiness, I feel. I am content, I am contained.
Content and contained is good. You're satisfied with the life. But that joy, you want to laugh, you want to have a smile on your face. You need some good syrup.
Exhilarate.
Somebody, yeah. And that only someone else can give you. Someone who cares for you, really cares for you, non-judgmental. That's me in a nutshell. I love being a doctor. And
you make everybody beautiful.
that's my job, yeah. I don't really...
Does it happen with you that you go anywhere? Like I asked this to a dentist. That when you go anywhere, are you only looking at people's teeth?
I do.
Are you looking at everybody's face?
Yes, I do the face. I see the face. It's like a second sense, second habit. You definitely look the face at what could I have done to this?
Oh my
That
God.
thought runs in my mind. But I never open my mouth. But it's just, everybody doesn't need your services. They're happy with themselves. They're happy in their skin. They're content. So don't step where you're not asked to step. And I only give advice where I'm asked for an advice. Though I love throwing advice, but not professional. Medical advice I don't give. I think in my life I've done a lot of social work. I've done a lot of charitable work. I have been a jail visitor. I have been socially responsible for home for delinquents, orphanages, where I've been able to provide pro bono legal services to all these people who are incarcerated with not, billable offenses, not charged, but they're in there for years. So try and help them get out of it. All these things that gave me satisfaction, and that's another kind of happiness, another kind of satiety, accept.
Madhu, I want to say that this show business, the film world, for all its ups and downs, for all the sharp edges that keeps you on your toes, it's a world of compassion, it's a world of artistry, it's a world of intensity, it's a world of emotion EQs being so high, it's an adrenaline. So I don't think I could be as enriched as I am today without all these people who I interacted with. And my gang of college friends, we had the same education, or my siblings, we had the same foundation of values. I'm different because I had the opportunity to be in show business. And it's difficult to explain to them what it is here. And I know that the darkest things or the most complex of relationships, if you share it with a person from here, it is understood in 1 minute. But outside world cannot get it. They cannot get so many things. And it's not like I'm saying that they are lesser or more less important to me. But this is a different world.
You're spoken of very highly. Some people, I've never spoken to you directly to have understood this part of you, but people have told me that you're one of the best in your business. And you keep confidences. What's off record is definitely off record. You're never tempted to, make a quick whatever, whether you like that person or you don't like that person, immaterial. How big is your heart or how big is your head where you keep so many secrets? Do you have chambers?
I think it's all there in the stomach. The head is free because I have to absorb new fodder.
Okay, so we empty that.
So it's all in the stomach.
All in the hard disk.
Hard. But you know something? I think the attitude is not that, oh, itni zyada cheeze hai. वो आई है और वो निकल गई, उस पर सोचना ही नहीं है. You get amnesia about it. You are not.
Yeah. You forget the incidents.
I don't forget it, but I tell myself to forget it. A journalist is very smart. So what happens is, what is not to be told is not to be told. That is in one part of the stomach which is locked. But the journalist is always observing, like you're observing teeth and face cut and everything. So when I'm writing something today, say about recently Vikrant Masse saying that he's taking a break.
Good actor.
Okay. Vikrant Masse wrote on the social media that he's taking a break. And everybody started reacting that he's retiring and all that. Poor fellow has not even said the word retirement. And everybody started saying, nobody has done it before him. This is the first time and all that. Okay. So when you're writing a story on this, immediate flashback happens when Vinod Khanna quit because he wanted to join Osho. So you have so much of tapestry to take it out and paste it whenever you want to, or you don't want to. So nothing is tough. I'm telling you that getting older is a wonderful process. When you are 30s, it's turbulence. When you're 40, there are many things that still trouble you. Body clock is clicking. You're feeling you're missing the bus, boat, in many things. But by the time you are 50, you are settled. There is not a single door, window, ventilator that you cannot open. You know how to face which problem and solve it how.
Yeah.
Um,
Not just self-sufficient, you become capable.
and my sister says I'm a bad judge of people. But I feel I judge the fraternity well. Maybe a jeweler cheats me. Maybe a grocer cheats me. तो I feel कि ठीक है यार, अभी इतना क्या दिमाग में,
Sorry, करो.
और my head is very precious, उसको बचा के रखना है, ये जो,
जाने दो.
or somebody else deceives you, then you say कि it reflects his character, not mine. ठीक है ना, नहीं दगा दिया जाओ.
जाओ. Bhavna ji, such stalwarts and great and bad and good kind of people have crossed your path. If I were to ask you, would you get into a pair of shoes of all those people? Whose would it be? Whose life would you like to be living in?
Nobody.
Outside of Shashi Kapoor.
Nobody. Though Shashi Kapoor's life also I would not like to read. Nobody.
Who do you think had the most exciting life that you would like to probably imbibe or emulate?
I would not like to imbibe or emulate anybody's life.
In all of Bollywood, Hindi film industry?
No, I would like to imbibe their qualities.
Mm.
I'm boring. I'm boring.
Not boring is so correct.
Yeah, because see, for example, when you are interacting with Mr. Bachchan, he's so disciplined. He's so punctual. He observes everything about you when you enter. But his expression does not reflect like he has noticed anything.
Wow.
That makes you so comfortable. Because who you are, where you come from, how you...
Is immaterial.
Yeah. You know, there are some people, when we interact with and we disapprove certain things about them, it shows on our face. His punctuality is to a point that if I have an appointment with him at 6 o'clock, at 6 o'clock, my mobile rings. Bhavna, where are you? I'm outside the Janak building getting off the car. So I said, मैं Janak के बाहर हूँ. Oh, you were supposed to be here at 6. 6 means I should be in his cabin at 6 o'clock, which means ideally I have to time it that I am at the gate at 5 or 10 minutes before 6 because by the time I'll go through the security. Shabana Azmi, Javed sir,
I love them.
So I feel Shabana had the courage to see the goodness in me and embrace me as a friend, uncaring of what the fraternity thought.
So did you all match at an intellectual level or the heart? What clicked? Of all the people you call Shabana ji your friend?
I think the goodness
The heart?
in me, and maybe she felt that here is a earnest person See, you don't know enough about each other. It's slowly. And there is no necessity that if you become apparently friendly with somebody, that is going to travel a long path. But it has traveled from the late 70s to now. Similarly, for example, Hema Malini and I had a very bad start. For some reason, I was always provoking her and she was being irritable. I was not understanding what is happening, but I leave it. It didn't bother me. Then she had invited me to see one of her dance ballets, Draupadi. And I wrote an editorial about it. And she was very moved by it. She called me home and she said, I want you to do a book on me. And the book should be on the dancer. So I said, I've never done a commissioned book. I do books that I like, but I'll riff on it and get back. And then I went back to her and I said, I'll do a book. But it can't be just on the dancer because my observation of you is as an actor. So it has to be the woman, the actor, and the dancer. So we finished the book in 2007. So during the 2006, I was meeting her almost every day. And I thought that now the relationship will be part. But she sustained it. Because see, they have to kick the ball. They define the pace. And I will go along with my self-respect and my priorities. But I think with anybody in the fraternity, it is the ease of sharing the complexities that they experience or I experience in my profession, which I can share with them. I mean, when I used to host the award shows, the stars used to drive me nuts because they're a demanding species, absolutely. So today, looking back, it seems a very minor thing.
You don't look frazzled at all. You're so calm and cool and firm and secure in who you are. When you say that they drive you crazy, I can't imagine anybody driving you crazy.
Oh,
I've been trying to provoke you and you're not rising to it at all.
that's a good one because you're looking so calm and you're looking so sober. And I'm liking to stare at your sari and your jewelry. And I'm saying how well coordinated she is and how always appropriately dressed she comes to an allocation. I think on this happy note, we can close it.